Hello everyone, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to the Demoscene Report of the 14th of April 2025. As always, we will summarize here all of the latest news and releases from the active demo scene. This week in particular, we'll take a look at demo scene releases from The Gathering in Norway that took place almost a month ago now, and Multimatograf in Russia from a couple of weeks ago. We'll also take a quick look at releases from GemTOS, VCC31, and a bunch of demo scene news that popped up during this past week. As usual, I will link everything that I talk about on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure later on. So for now, just grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and let's talk some demo scene. Starting off, as I mentioned, with a look at the releases that came out at The Gathering. The Gathering is a very large LAN party happening every year since 1992 in Norway. I think the only year that they skipped organizing it was actually in 2024. They have a lot of different computer activities happening at The Gathering. Demo scene representation dwindled throughout the years there, but they still hold a demo competition and multiple graphics and music competitions every single year. So let's take a look at releases from those. They have all sorts of creative competitions at The Gathering. They have, for example, an award for the best looking computer case. This is common on several different big LAN parties throughout the world. You can see here some photos from the submissions from this year's The Gathering. In second place, this Shelby GT 569 being part of a computer, and the winner was the Star Destroyer mounted on a computer case as well. They also run a themed game jam that had 9 entries this year. I haven't played them, so I can't really comment on them here. Then they also have a competition for 10-second movies, which was merged with the video effects competition this year. I think the theme for videos was a reboot this year. Let's take a look at a few entries. This one clearly a visual effects entry. They came from the sky. Reboot my hand drawing with a little hand-drawn animation saying the word reboot. A reference to the Monster power drink, and then the winner was the Re-Rage by Sondre Barsne with someone rebooting another person's computer. Not a very nice thing to do, but won the competition here at The Gathering. We also have a cosplay category, creative Minecraft challenges, small HTML where you have to size code a given HTML page, useless utility category, which I'm also going to skip because I haven't checked them, but the goal is to submit a useless utility, and the most useless funny thing usually wins. But yeah, let's take a quick look at the graphics competitions instead. Starting off with the pixel art competition. We can see here a few different entries. Some pretty decent ones overall. The winner with a very small point margin by Stian is called the Traveling Rebot. Then the fast graphics competition drawn during the event with a specific given theme of spring atmosphere. They had 15 entries overall. Let's take a look at them all real quick here as well. Some Minecraft references there, a lot of fantasy things. I particularly like this one. And shared winners here with a reference to the party itself. I believe this was actually hand-drawn and then scanned. And a fantasy Easter bunny of some sort by Kizu here that also shared the first place. Then we had the themed photo competition, which was also given a theme, and this year's theme was Easter eggs. They had 6 entries. Let's take a quick look at them. And this was the winner, Wow, I Love Candy by John Freddy Jacobson. The high-quality music competition had a shared first place as well between Mew and Terje Berntsen. And the main competition, at least in terms of demo scene participation, the demo competition. They had 4 entries. The 4th place went to Chaos Chasm by NTilbyte with a few shader effects running on top of Unity. In 3rd place, actually the most serious demo of the competition, in my humble opinion, In Code We Trust by Arctic Robots. Pretty solid demo, good coherent aesthetic throughout, plenty of good effects, not using any third-party engine, which also gives some extra points in my book. I would have expected them to win. Unfortunately, they got 3rd place. Let's take a look at the other 2. In 2nd place, we had a cute karaoke sing-along demo about cows and how much someone loves them. I think my Norwegian is a little rusty when it doesn't involve elks or beer, but a pretty cute demo overall. Was made using Cable's GL. And first place, Mother Loving Indigo, made by the Gathering regulars, according to Demoscene, coming back to releases after a 7-year hiatus. Indigo, I love the attitude on the demo and has a few decent shader effects in it, but it quickly gets very cringy with all the cliche trance soundtrack and AI generated lyrics. It's funny in a way, playing to some Demoscene tropes, etc. I'm sure a lot of people will like it. They won the crowd at the party place for starters, but it doesn't really have much replaying value for me personally. But yeah, check it out. Overall, it's pretty cool to see the Gathering still holding creative competitions and some new people participating in it. I think it's a great outreach platform to find new creatives and get them on board the demo scene. Moving from Norway to Russia, we had Multimatograf taking place a couple of weeks ago with a bunch of the regular Demoscene competitions and also a ZX Spectrum live coding showdown using the recently released tool Nukematic. Artemka won that battle in particular. They didn't have time to do a final round, so they did the accumulated votes instead. So yeah, congratulations Artemka for that one. The ZX Spectrum Beeper Music competition was won by the veteran beeper musician AR, who had already won the same competition at D-Halt last year, for example. The tracked music competition was won by Synthslav. The old school music competition was won by Kuvu. The real-time 8-bit music cover competition was won with a remote entry by Nico from Saudi Arabia, doing some ZX Spectrum cover of a children's melodramatic play. Then we had a real-time old-school paint-over where they give you a reference image and you have to paint whatever you see in that. Only 4 entries in this competition in particular. Valley by Shuren, Rano by Error, CSP by Northden, and winner In a Galaxy Far Far Away by Diver of Stardust. Apparently he saw some Star Wars things there. We also had the real-time ZX53C graphics mode competition with the theme There Is No Singing Without a Glass. Let's take a look at the entries from this one. Third place Error, second place to Creek by IDDKD, and your winner entry by Grungy. The Fast and Wild competition had to be performed during the party. There was only 4 entries overall, some images and photos taken from the party. The winner was a fast-made Amiga demo by Latoma Obs, an anagram of Automata Labs, with a little joke demo about their member Fatal Snipe getting a little spine injury. The regular Wild competition also only had 4 entries. In third place, we had a video with some Commodore 64 Demoscene jokes made using AI-generated music. In second place, we had a music disc for the browser with an AYYM chiptune player made by Lasoft, and winner was a 3D maze game for the Electronic BK. Then we had the 1K old school executable graphics won by Sandro with Ray City here. And they also had a text mode graphics competition with some entries for several different platforms. We had something for ZX Spectrum, we had something for MS-DOS, and then the winner was Shuran with the Spetsky entry. Let's go to MF 2025. Old school graphics competitions had 10 submissions. The last place to Dimidus with Memories, very colorful, but at least the background seems converted there, not really hand-drawn. Ninth place to Oberon with a Half-Life reference on the Commodore 64. Then Hardtop with this witch using a very cool perspective to draw from. I really like the concept on this one. Wasteland 4 by Nodios in 7th place, very good pixel art as well. Then we have Enigmatic, Shuren, and Arttop again with this urban winter scene, and this amazing spaceship taking off image as well, also by Arttop. Second place to Brain Surgery by Dimidrol for the ZX Enhanced platform, and the winner was a masterpiece, Vista drawing by Diver, Lakeside Village. Great attention to the character color limitations, a lot of small details like the reflections on the water. Really great image. Congratulations, Diver, on winning this one. Then we had the old school intro competition for 256-byte intros. In the 6th place, ZX Breath by Nodius. 5th place, Bad Tape by Ready. In 4th place, Overclocked, also by Ready. In 3rd place, Red Ruxus by Kenotron and RCL. In 2nd place, Endless by Sandro. And the winner, Organism by CSI, with an intro for the Electronica BK. The combined intro 256-byte competition also curiously had an Electronica BK entry here by Adam Bazarov, then second place to WBC with Shiptoast, and the winner entry was Recurse by Waxstack with some Sierpinski fractals rotating there. The old school demo competition only had 4 entries. In last place, Multigift with a beeper track and a couple of effects. In third place, we had a little demo for the VAC tracks. In second place, a little joke demo on the tape loading process of the ZX Spectrum. And the very worthy winner of the competition, a crazy good entry by Stardust called Esprit. I love the music on this one, love the sync effects as well. A lot of animations being played for sure, but I love the little corruption and deconstruction and reconstruction effects around it. A banger demo by Stardust, best release of the party for me, and a very strong contender with Ad Mortem for the best ZX Spectrum of the year, in my humble opinion. Then the last competition left to cover is the combined demo competition. It only had 6 entries overall. In last place here, an entry by Mazai using the text console. I'm not sure what's happening here because all the explanation text is in Russian, which I can't read. So if someone does know, please let me know on the comments. 5th place went to Philip of Damage with a demo made using a Demopaya tool. Probably the best Demopaya demo made in 2025. Also probably the only Demopaya demo made in 2025, since this demo tool is over 25 years old. In 4th place, we had a fast-made demo for the Amiga AGA by Outsiders and Russian Prestige. In 3rd place, a solid little 64K intro for the Amiga OCS by Phenomen. Nice little intro there. In 2nd place, went to Ivan Galactica with their Demovision invitation demo to the Chaos Constructions 2025 demo party happening later in the summer. The 3D modeling felt very Windows 95 aesthetic. Not sure if that was on purpose or not. The whole demo itself felt like it should have been a 64K intro, but then they needed to add some video textures to fit the invitation demo concept, and it grew out of proportion. That's how it feels to me. The sound was made using Soin 2, which is usually used for 4 kilobyte intros, so maybe that's why I have these should have been an intro thoughts in my head. Anyways, a nice little party invitation here by Ivan Galactica. And the winner was Don't Blink by D-March, made for the ZX Sprinter, one of the first ZX Spectrum FPGA enhanced machines out there. Not that many demos made targeting this platform in particular that I'm aware of. If you do know more demos, please let me know on the comments below. Solid demo by D-March here with some classical old school Amiga and DOS effects, but a very good flow, making it a very good watch to do. So congratulations on winning Multimatograf 2025 to D-March. Moving on to other events that also happened recently, a small Atari-based event, GemTOS, took place in France with a few competitions. For example, AD won the music competition with the track La Meilleure Convention, and it also won the graphics competition with Santo Z. The photo video competition was won by JB Fu with this entry, Bombeck, drawing the Atari logo with some gummies. There were also a few other entries also worth showing real quick. But yeah, not many other entries, very small Atari party happening in France. Also happening in the first days of May was a meetup in Austria with a couple of new releases as well, including the release of the complete Commodore 64 and Commodore 128 1-hour Game Jam Anthology Collection. Oof. So this is a jam event that they've been organizing since 2018, and now they collected all of the entries into this pack disc so you can access all of the entries real quick. And there was also the release of OpenSprite 1.5, a modern multi-platform sprite drawing tool to create Commodore 64 sprites. They had already released a version of this on another vintage computing Carinthia, I believe, and now this is version 1.5. In other news, if you're interested in chip development, Zero to ASIC put together a live stream showcasing the different ASIC demo chip projects made for the Tiny Tapeout 7 that came out earlier this year. So a very interesting live stream there for you to check out. And then Game Boy Showdown 2025 Game Jam just started a few days ago. It's not really focused on games, but more cutscenes this time in particular. So pretty much demos and animations. So you still got a couple of days to participate with something if you want, or just check out what's released when the submission deadline ends. In other news, Dekadence put together a Mega Drive cartridge with songs from their hardcore punk band, Carinthia. They were selling them at Revision. Unfortunately, I didn't get one, but nice little that media distribution idea there. You can also now see the video on how it sounds, looks like, posted up on YouTube, and get the tracks from Bandcamp. I believe they also have old school tapes available with the tracks. Then Hitchhiker of Neural put together a micro concerto for an artificial intelligence, 1 kilobyte music disc for the Amiga OCS with 4 tracks of some procedural byte beat music, I believe. Pretty nice little short intro there, or music disc rather. LLB of Control Alt Test put together an article reflecting on 15 years evolution of their shader minifier project. A very interesting read if you are into size coding, cold golfing, and compression entropy overall. Then there was a new disc mag release for the ZX Spectrum. It's a shame that it's full of pro-Putin propaganda. I don't recommend anyone reading it apart from the pixel art reviews, I guess. Those were pretty good. Then Pixel Cherry Ninja did a live stream with Hoffman on his NEO-GEO development efforts. Much more worth your time than the disc mag. And Retro Exo just released eXoDemoScene 2.0, bumping the number of demos ready to run to 2,345 on this DOS box-based launcher system that they have. It also includes a few music discs as well. That's also worth mentioning. Then there was the final version of a Small 64 being released, one of the Nintendo 64 releases from Revision that you might have overlooked, that it's actually a 4 kilobyte intro with a few packed in effects and music playing, which was actually the first official 4 kilobyte intro made for the Nintendo 64. I'm sure there might have been some crack intros, smallish enough to maybe challenge that claim, but this was a very pretty solid intro, and now they got a final version with some bug fixes for you to check if you have a real Nintendo 64. Source code is also available if you're interested in developing for the Commodore 64. Couple more news items before we wrap up. GAM0022 just released a couple of Raymarching tutorials using NotebookLM to narrate information. Not sure how I feel about using AI audio for this, but if more people manage to learn how to code shaders out of this, I guess this is great. So thank you, GAM0022, for doing this. And DJ Nacer from TSA and some friends, including the more famous Chris Huelsbeck, are putting out a vinyl with some new tracks. If you're interested in that, you can pre-order from their website here. And that's it for this week. Let's take a quick look at all the upcoming events listed on demoparty.net. We already talked about the D-Crunch demo party being cancelled and replaced with a live stream event called Live Crunch. That's happening this coming weekend on the 17th of May. Then the weekend after that, we have several events happening throughout the world. 68K Inside demo party happening up in Finland, in Hämeenlinna. Vintage Computer Carinthia meetup happening again in Austria, and we have a meetup here in Portugal as well. Momentum number 22 here in Almada, getting together the local Portuguese demo scene. Later in the month, we will have Outline happening in the Netherlands, Birdie happening in Sweden, and a Chaos Singularity happening in Switzerland. Also, a Berlin Demoscene meetup will take place in at Seabase in Berlin, Germany. In June, we already have some parties planned and announced as well already. A Graphathon happening in Finland, then Nova 80K Loya Summer. Later in the month, At Party in the United States, and Posadas Party in Spain. So yeah, that's it for this week's report. Hope you found something interesting in here. I might take a week off if there are no major news to bring you, or the releases from Live Crunch are not quickly made available online. We'll see how things go for next week. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the link with a friend, and maybe even donate me something through patreon.com/psenough. I always appreciate your support. Other than that, goodbye from me. Thank you, Kanmon, for this nice background effect this week. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.